Hey, this is Alex Rome, and today I'm going to show you how to make a tropical house lead. And the project we're going to be working in today was sent in by Closure Music. So let's get to it. Alright, so here's the project we have here, and the drop I'm going to be building over sounds like this. So you can hear it's in need of a lead. However, this project already had leads that were laid down, but they were made with Nexus 2 and expansion packs for Nexus 2 that I don't have. So I'm just going to go ahead and remake the lead with a synth because that just sounds like a lot of fun and it's something I really feel like doing. Now, one layer of the lead was already made with Sylenth 1, and it sounds like this. But my opinion needs to pop a little bit more. We need to get some higher frequencies on that lead, a lead that can really, scream in a big range of frequencies. So let's get down to it. I'm going to open up a new layer for software instrument, and I'm going to open up Sylenth 1, and I'm also going to use the melody that he had used, he or she. Closure isn't really a gender specific name, so I don't know if this is a man or woman's project that I'm working in. Closure Music, that was his splice name actually, his or her. So let's go into Sylenth 1. I'm going to bring this down. That lead that you already had there was a little warm for the drop. You would want obviously that warm layer for the lead, but you also want to complement it with a high frequency layer, something that really takes the pace, especially in this genre, tropical house, because the lead has so much to do with every part of the drop. It's not like a dubstep song where bass is the biggest, the most important layer. This is tropical house. You need this lead to be really, really special. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're already initialized. I'm going to start this lead off with a pulse wave on oscillator A1. I'm going to turn retrigger off and pump up the voices, and then I'm also going to pump up the detune. So then we'll get something like this. And then what I'm going to do is fire up another pulse wave on oscillator A2. This one's also going to be detuned, however, this one's going to be up an octave. So then we're going to get that sound. Now what we need to do is we need to build the pluck. Gotta make this some kind of pluck. I want to make this like a Kygo style, very mainstream tropical house lead. I was gonna go vocal chop with this, but I've been making a lot of vocal chops lately, so I figured why not do the easier thing and just make a synthesized lead, but make it the best synthesized lead in the motherfucking world. So let's do it. Nice. I like that little call and response you have here. This is going to be a little longer though. And this one's going to reach that. This has got to reach it. And then we go there. And we are looking smooth. Let's go ahead and open up these releases a little bit so our sound can slightly taper away instead of like stop on a dime. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. So let's go into part B and start synthesizing part B. So part B is going to be like the extra layers to this lead here. I'm going to throw in a saw. I'm going to put the volume all the way down because I'm going to bring up the volume slowly. And I'm also going to turn this into a pluck just like we did on part A. Now cut off B, we're going to do the same thing. Do that. And now I'm going to bring in part B slowly. So I want that kind of undertone there. And I'm going to add one last kind of undertone. And this is going to be a quarter pulse. Let's do something like this. I don't know what I like better. Do I like this? Or do I like this? Let's try this. I'm going to go up an octave with this quarter pulse. Okay, so now that we have our lead here, I'm going to mix it down a little bit. I'm going to EQ it, add some reverb, a little bit of delay, and hopefully get it sounding really, really tight on that drop. So let's do it. When EQing a lead, just take out everything that isn't of any use to the mix. So in this case, we're just going to take out pretty much most of the low end of this lead. I like to dip the 500s a little bit because synths tend to build up in that range, and a slight little boost, not going to make too much of a difference, but I like to add it anyway. So then we get something like that. We have a little too much reverb. Nice. So now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of delay. I'm going to use a Waves H delay plugin, the Waves H delay plugin from Waves. And I'm going to make this sound really, really cool. So when I add delay, I always have a ping pong delay on 100% of the time, because unless I want like an echo, like purposely an echo that doesn't pan, but I do like to use the ping pong delay because it bounces into each ear and it just sounds so cool. So I also like to low pass and high pass, or in other words band pass, the delay signal so it's kind of cut off. So you can hear how the echoes are really band pass. There's not much going on to them. As far like relative to the main lead, there's not much going on. Not as much going on in terms of frequency range. Hear how they're kind of like cut off and whispering in the background? So that's what you're going for when you run a high pass and low pass on a delay signal. And what's a tropical house lead without sidechaining? You know what I'm talking about? So let's go ahead and add some Nicky Romero kickstart, because it's just an awesome sidechaining plugin. I'm also going to kickstart the reverb. If your reverb's all on the same list as your kickstart over here, then you will be fine, but my reverb is not, it's bust, so I have to add this separately. And I like to sidechain the reverb harder than the main lead. Gives off a bigger sound. Slightly. Let's see if I can mix the original lead in with this new lead. So to make that happen, what I would do is EQ this original lead. Let's do something like that. I'm going to get rid of this space designer. And oh, I didn't compress that last lead. That's like some really nice compression you got going on there. Just a slight bit of compression, that's the best way to use it. And then what I want to do is I want to add that delay, but nah, maybe not, because we can use the delay from this thing. Oh, that sounds far better. With both of the layers instead of just my layer, your layer worked so much nicer. Okay, so what's happening here is I'm seeing that you have some volume automation, which is okay. I like to use volume automation in the last stages of production. Alright, there you go, guys. There's a nice tropical house lead that I made in Sylenth 1. If you took any value from this video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate that. And stay tuned for some more awesome stuff. Peace out.